Hi, ladies. Ugh. Hi.
Hello.
Where is everybody? Start up the recording. So this is our team call for the first week of June, and we have an awesome guest speaker on here. I don't know if you guys remember Christine. She was a guest speaker back in maybe just like November, I think, maybe, because she was also in the Transform 20 coach test group, which is awesome. So you guys know how hard it was to get into that test group because you had to hit a certain level of Success Club points. And not only did she do it for Transform 20, she got into it for Morning Meltdown 100, which is amazing. That's fantastic. So she is a Success Club legend, which I think that means Success Club for at least 24 months in a row, right? I think, and then, but she's hit Success Club 5 for more than 50 months. So that's in a row, right? I think, probably, yeah. So that's amazing. You guys know how awesome that is. And she is a diamond coach, and she's also a stay-at-home dog mom. And she's a Penn Stater. So we love that. Woo-hoo, we got a Northwesterner here. That's okay. We'll let you in as long as you're not Michigan and Ohio State. So anyway, I sort of gave Christine the overview of like what we were looking for, and to hear from her about this new program that's coming out. You guys sort of, you know the timeline. July 1st, everything goes on sale for coaches from July 1st to the 15th, and that's when the first 10 workouts are dropped, and then they will take them off, and then they'll re-release them, I think, on the 29th. Is that right? I think that's how it works. Well, we can look at the FAQ. But anyway, Christine, I'll sort of let you start with introducing us to, you know, your experience with the program, and then also maybe if you can sort of give an overview. Of course, we've seen the description of what the program is like, but I think some people might be a little confused over, like, you know, how does this work out? You know, some people are on day 84, but some people are on day 90, you know, like all different like ways, I guess, to do it. Uh-oh. Oh no. The internet just went out.
I think. Because Blake's the host now. I see you.
Can you guys see me? I'm sorry. Freaking Wi-Fi. Okay, I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna, before it goes out again, I'm just gonna let you, you know, go ahead and start talking about the program.
You're totally fine. That's what I was doing. I was like, I'm just going to kind of kick it off and give you guys an idea of what the program's about, my experience with the test group, and then Blake also mentioned kind of like what's like my like launch strategy, or kind of how do I launch a new program. And just to give you guys some ideas, I'm literally going to do this with my team tomorrow night. That's when our team calls are. So I'm doing the exact same thing for them tomorrow. So I'm just going to share kind of what I do. It's by no means like the best way to do it, but it's an idea just to kind of give you guys tips on what to do. And you guys can obviously modify it for yourself as well. But like I said, I'm going to share my screen because I don't want to kind of get too off track. So I'm just going to share my screen with you guys so you guys can hopefully see this. Do you see Jericho like jumping in the air? Can you see her? Cool. All right. So, okay.
I'm going to look like her when this is done.
That's exactly right. I think this whole outfit is also available at Summit. I can see the logo, and I'm pretty sure I stocked these pants the other day. They have like
and the hair.
The hair is also something that she needs to do some more tutorials on in terms of like the cute braids, because that's like, I think I wrote that on my test group thing, or I think I wrote that maybe in my info group today. But one of my favorite parts about Jericho, besides like being really excited, is that she has the cutest outfits and the cutest like hair every single day. It's so good. And imagine her doing that for like 100 days straight. Like there's fire outfits every single day, and they're not all Beachbody outfits. And I'm like, where do I get those pants? Like today she was wearing a pair of like leggings that were black, but they had like gold like lightning bolts on them, and I'm like, I need those. And they're usually really expensive, but okay, anyways. So in terms of the program, just to give you guys an outline of the program really quick, most of you guys probably know, like the name kind of implies, the program is 100 workouts long. And so it's intended to be 100 workouts, not necessarily, we didn't learn this for a bit, but not necessarily 100 days, but really the focus is on 100 workouts. So you'll never really hear them say like day 1, day 2, day 3, because they want you to have the mentality of you're doing one workout, then you're going to show up the next day and kind of commit to that next day. So in the beginning of the program, she's really focused on commitment and making sure that you're showing up tomorrow. I really remember in the beginning of the program, and I assume they're keeping this in when they do the final cuts, but at the end of the first like couple of weeks, she's always saying like, I'll see you tomorrow, right? She's like, say yes, say you're going to be here tomorrow, or be here for the next workout, I should say, not usually tomorrow, but like the next workout, and you're just always committing to that. So it's 100 workouts long. You'll get this like little calendar. I snipped this off of like the Beachbody site, but you'll get this really cute calendar that you'll see. It's kind of broken into 5 phases. I don't know if you can really tell in the photo, but there's like a green at the top, then blue, then yellow, like 5 different shades of colors. And so those are the different phases of the program. So it's broken into 5 phases, kind of just to kind of break it up a little bit. And so you'll see there's 20 workouts by phase. So there's 10 separate workout styles, and then you'll see that kind of broken out into phases. So all of the workouts are 20 to 30 minutes, which I think is good for most people. Like I was really excited about that, especially coming off of, I think a lot of people think about like what program is it similar to? And so the only other thing that I can think about, there's so many styles in this program, but the only other one that I really think it kind of compares to just in the length of commitment is like 80-day obsession, where you really had to commit for months, you know, and 80 days was really like 90 something days. So it's very similar in the amount of commitment that you really had to commit to. So that's awesome, but it's half the amount of time. Like instead of spending 45, for those of you guys that did 80-day obsession before, those are long workouts, and it's really hard to commit to that for so long. But when you're only committing to 20 to 30 minutes, it's like, it's hard to say you can't do it, right? So whenever I was in the test group, I'm like, okay, I can do this. And I was excited about the focus on morning, like morning Meltdown. It's really meant to have an extra emphasis on how good you would feel for 100 workouts if you did it in the morning. Do you have to do it in the morning? Like, no, you don't have to. You certainly could do it later in the day. There's people in the test group that did it at different times of the day. But it's encouraged that you do it in the morning, and it's just kind of building that commitment in those new habits. It's just kind of going to help not only you, but hopefully your challengers and your coaches that do it with you as well. So that's just an overview of kind of the program structure. And then I kind of started to dive into what the workouts look like. So there's 10 workout styles. And that was one of my favorites, is that there was 10 different kinds of workouts that I was going to be able to try. And they're kind of broken up into like 5 and 5. So you'll see in the first 5, I kind of wrote them in here for you guys. It's not super important to know the names, but just for your reference. Like the first one's a cardio workout. It's called Cardio Meltdown. As you maybe can expect, it's cardio. There's no equipment. You're melting all the stuff. So you're super sweaty at the end of it. You're doing these really crazy, like agility type moves. I don't know if you've seen maybe some of the, maybe in the promo video where like they're doing these like weird lightning bolt moves, like their legs are going all these weird ways and they're like jumping really high, or like basically this move, this is a move in the program. Like this, you're going to do that. And you're going to try to photo yourself, like, you know, screenshot yourself doing that. And it's going to be a struggle for a couple weeks. And then like, we did this in today's workout. And I was like, I think I got this. I think I'm doing better at this. I'm getting a little bit more graceful. So you'll feel better as you go through the program, but it just gives you so much variety. So cardio, the next day, it's upbeat strength, which is basically like a upper body strength workout. So you're adding in some weights. Think of it just as an upper body strength day. Core Inferno, you know, self-explanatory, but you're working on the core. It's a straight up ab workout. Total Body Badass is, well, I just love the name of it, but it's basically like a bar inspired workout. So it's kind of like really light weights that you're using and a lot of pulsing. If any of you guys have ever taken a bar class, I never have, but I've done like the bar workouts on Beachbody On Demand before, and I was like, these are cool. It's kind of like that where you're pulsing, you're doing like these leg lifts, like all those little muscles that you never really even knew existed, you're working on those. And then you kind of finish this 5 workout series with Freestyle Flow, which is your first active recovery workout. So since you're doing 100 workouts, it's meant to do 100 workouts, you know, it could be every single day, right? And so there's no necessarily set rest days. Of course, you could take a rest day or life comes up, right? But there's these built-in active recovery days that are meant for you to continue to kind of work on your commitment, but kind of give your body a rest. Because as you've heard, like some of these workouts, they sound intense, they kind of are intense, but you need your body like to kind of rest. So on the 5th day, it's kind of like a yoga inspired workout, this Freestyle Flow type workout. And then you almost do these styles in a different way on the second half of the 10, if that makes sense. So the next 5 that you'll see, so like number 6 on the second half, it's another cardio day. So you're doing cardio again, like 1 and 6, you're doing cardio again. It's just a different style. So lit cardio, it's kind of like, I don't know, really intense cardio. It's a very similar style as cardio meltdown, but then you'll see like on opposite of upbeat strength is downbeat strength. So that's a lower body strength workouts, dumbbells, lower body. Fight Club is kind of her way of doing all of her martial arts inspired moves. So you'll see a lot of martial arts in that, which I know a lot of people are really excited for after maybe doing quarter force. Any of you guys that did that. Meltdown is kind of like the last really hard workout in this 10 block series. It's basically like you do a move for a minute and then you do like 10 of those in a row and you're dead. And then she's like, repeat, and you do it again. So it's really hard. But all that you're kind of hanging on to is that the next day is your last active recovery day in this 10 block cycle. So Revive is going to come up soon. And that is basically like a static stretch. Again, more active recovery. It's not intense. Sometimes she's just talking through and you're just kind of stretching through it all. But hopefully that gives you guys a sense of like the variety in this program. Like there's 10 workouts before you ever kind of cycle back to cardio meltdown again. And what I think is cool is that instead of with other programs where every single day of the week, it's like the same thing. Like, Monday morning, like Transform 20 was like Monday morning was burn, or Monday is, I don't know, total body core, or like whatever the workouts are, you always know like what's coming up on those days. With 10, it's always different. So Monday isn't always going to be cardio. Monday could be upbeat strength. Monday could be Fight Club. Monday could be Meltdown. Over 100 workouts. Your days are all kind of mixed up, which I kind of like. Like I got used to that schedule with other programs, and I just kind of fell into the pattern of like, oh, Friday's always going to be hard, or Monday I like, but Tuesday I don't. Like this just gave you so much that every single day was different, which I really liked in terms of that cycle. So you'll see this, again, if you're looking at the workout calendar, you'll see you're just crossing them off after you get through 10. The next 10, when you're going back through the styles again, they are very similar, but in the second half of the phase, you're adding on some like 100-second challenges. So it's playing on that 100. You're doing a move for 100 seconds. Let's just do an easy example of like 100-second plank. They're much harder than that, but that's a good example maybe on one of the core days. So you just do something for 100 seconds, just gives you that extra challenge. On the second half, you're doing very similar moves, maybe the same ones. I honestly can't remember because it's just so fresh every single time, but you're adding on these extra challenges over the second half of that phase. And then you move on to the next phase, and that's when new moves get introduced, new combinations get introduced, but you're not really going through anything for very long before you're like changing it up again. So it always just feels new if that's how I felt through the entire program. And the only other thing that I wanted to touch on in terms of the workouts is you might be thinking like, what if I do need to take a rest day? Or like, how does that work? Because either you're going to have that question or one of your customers is definitely going to have that question. So basically how it's instructed or kind of outlined in the guidebook, and that's what they told us, is that on all of these active recovery days, those would be your days kind of to double up. So say you couldn't work out on this 5th day and you skipped it. So the next day the next time you're going to work out, you would do lit cardio, and then you'd probably finish with doing the freestyle flow. You would double up on like one of the hard workouts and then add on one of those easier workouts probably after. I would assume that you'd want to like use your Energize and like go for it and like cool down with like the freestyle flow or cool down with the Revive. So another example could be you did Meltdown and then you'll do Revive and then you're already caught back up. So it's easy to catch up if you miss a day. If you miss 3 days, I have never done 3 workouts. I've certainly done 2 several times because I'm not perfect. Life happens. And I'll touch on that in a little bit, but I've certainly doubled up several times. And so that's what I would recommend to your challengers or even yourself. And then also know that like, if you miss 3 days, like you're just kind of finishing 100 workouts. Like don't beat yourself up so much. And that's what I had to kind of tell myself over the course of the challenge, because a lot's going to happen in 100 days. Like no matter where you are in life, a lot's going to happen. So I think that's important kind of to keep in mind, but to show that there is a built-in kind of buffer there to kind of do that on every kind of 10-day cycle. So that's how that works in terms of the workouts. I can stop and pause if you guys have any questions in terms of the workouts. I'm going to dive into nutrition a little bit and then my experience in the test group. But if you guys have any questions on the workouts, feel free to drop them in the chat or unmute yourself if you want. If not, if I'm just crushing it, I can keep going. It's totally cool.
I have a question about the music. I heard that she really ties the music into it a lot. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so that's really interesting that you say that, because I'm so excited to hear how they also here are on like the live, or on like the ones that we're actually going to get once they like finish all the editing and stuff, because we get like the raw footage and it was pretty good. Like I have my volume up really loud, but we got a couple examples of the ones that you guys will get. and they're so awesome. The music is so loud. Basically, there's that DJ in the corner. His name's DJ Jesse Blake or something. And at first I was like, I don't know about this, but I'm also that person that I listen to like Spotify or I listen to something every single time that I work out anyways. And so I'm always like making my own playlist or changing the song. Like I'm always doing that stuff. And so it was nice to like, one, not worry about it. And two, somebody else is kind of bringing in that music. And like, I was about to say I'm a former dancer, but like I danced all my life, like growing up, like all through high school, like from this, this small through high school. And so I love like music and I love dancing to music. And so a lot of the moves are actually to the beat of the music. And you don't necessarily have to stay on beat if you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. You can certainly do it. But it does really help that you're kind of doing a lot of these moves to the beat. I really enjoyed that part, especially with some of the strength workouts, some of the cardio workouts that you were kind of doing it to the music. So some days it's going to be like really, really high intensity. Some days it's going to be more low. Some days I'm singing to it. Like I really hope they have like a Spotify playlist that you can listen to it after the workout, but I assume that's coming, but what do I know? So I love the music. I thought it was really good. I'm still enjoying it over the course of this process, but yeah, it's in there for every single workout. Most of the workouts you're doing them to the beat. Some of them you're not. You're kind of just going like, I think like for this lit cardio one, you get started on the beat and then you're going like full force as fast as you can or as much effort or max effort that you can. So you might get off the beat, but that's kind of how that works. I also don't think I mentioned that there are 2 modifiers in the program. So on the right side of the cast, there's 2 people that are modifying at 2 different kind of modifications. So there's someone like in the back corner that's going like almost like at a beginner level, if I had to guess what they chose, like someone that's really doing a basic move. So even for these cardio meltdown or lit cardio where like these are really difficult agility moves for me, and I'm like, I consider myself like pretty decent in terms of in shape or more intermediate or advanced. People that can't do that, or like I do some of these workouts with my husband and we have some family staying with us and they've been working out with us and like they're not used to doing Beachbody workouts or any of these workouts in general. And so I'm like, hey, you follow that person, they're not jumping at all, but they're doing something, and that kind of gets everybody involved. Yes, I think this program is more like an intermediate program overall, but there's people there that are doing more beginner style workouts, and the person right in front of her, she's doing like one step up. And then the cast, you'll find that they're of course, doing the move like kind of full out, but you'll see them drop their weights. You'll see them modify. There's a lot of people in the cast. So you'll see them kind of change it up as well. But there are 2 modifiers, which I think is really nice, that they're either not using a weight or they're doing like a full modification in terms of the move. So I hope that's helpful. Yeah. I don't know if they'll do a split screen or not, but there are 2 people there at all times. We just never got to see that part. So I hope that's helpful. Cool. Okay, cool. I want to just briefly tell you guys the nutrition details. You guys might already know this, but it's pretty open in terms of the nutrition plan. It wasn't fully finished whenever we got started, but basically you can do what's working for you. So if the Ultimate Portion Fix is working for you, keep doing it. If 2B Mindset's working for you, please keep doing that. And that's what you should be telling your people that are going to be doing this with you too. If they have a program that's working well for them, they just want this program in terms of the workout portion to complement that and not kind of interfere with that. So most people in the test group did one of those because most people were already aligned in one of those categories and what was working for them. For me, it was Ultimate Portion Fix. For other people, it's 2B Mindset. They do have a recipe-based like nutrition plan that comes with the program, and so they get recipes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's really easy for them just to kind of pair them together. They don't have to know the details of Ultimate Portion Fix or 2B Mindset. But I did just see today in our test group, they just shared that when people purchase challenge packs, there will be an offer to purchase Ultimate Portion Fix or 2B Mindset. I think the price, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure the price is like $79 to get either one of those programs because people were asking about it. And I think they mentioned that there might also be a digital option for them if they just want the digital piece of those programs and not all of the actual materials like the workbook and all those things. I'm thinking of Ultimate Portion Fix, but just to give you guys an idea, if you guys are already doing something, do that. If not, there are other options and they'll actually get a discount if they want to purchase those. But Shakeology, of course, Performance Sign, like those are kind of built into the program. They were using Energize sometimes during the workouts, but I use Energize every single day. I know most of you guys probably do as well. If you're anything like me, like I don't know how I can live without it. I used Recover on some days. On some days I didn't because there's active recovery days built in there. Some days I choose not to use it, but I certainly use it on days when I'm like dying, which I guess is most days. days. And then just one other thing that you guys probably saw in the challenge pack offerings, if you've seen them yet, is that they are doing like a Jericho package where Power Greens is already built in. So it just gives you guys another option if you guys use Power Greens, that they were going to be kind of bundling that with a package option just to use. So I just wanted to mention that as well. But the nutrition hopefully is simple for you guys to understand. The focus is really on the workout portion, then do whatever's working for you for nutrition. Make sense? Cool, cool, cool. You guys in the chat said you love Power Greens. Cool. I just wanted to share a little bit about my test group experience. In the beginning of the test group, I was coming right off of doing Transform 20 for like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 rounds. Like I felt like I was doing it forever because I was in the test group. I just like kept doing it over and over because it was so short and I loved it. And so when I got into this program, I had like the stigma of like what I had to do every single day, like kill myself for 20 minutes every single day. And so the first time that I got to that like recovery workout, literally day 5, I was like, this isn't hard enough. Or like I did one of the core workouts and I was like, I could do more. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but some of you guys that are doing really intense programs right now, you're going to get to that first day where you do abs, or that first day when you do like that freestyle flow workout. And you're going to be like, well, I could do more. Like I don't know if this program's hard enough. And I literally said that. I know other people in the program said that too. But then you get through this like mental block of like, you just have to trust the process, right? This program's designed to give people results. I'm seeing people get results. Trust that the process gets people results. And you need that because you can't do like lit cardio every single day for 100. It's not going to happen, right? But so often we don't get that, or like we're at this fitness level and we forget that there's other people that really do need that ab day, really do need those slower pace workouts, and it's all for a purpose, right? So I had to kind of get out of that mindset in the beginning. I don't know if any of you guys will get like that too, but that's how I was in the beginning, and I feel like some other people might be there too. But just know that there's so much variety in this program. I already kind of touched on that, but there were so many styles of workouts that I'd never done before, or I just never taken the time to kind of do all together. And there was always like a new challenge to do. So like I just put this move up here on the screen, me like, I don't know, kind of like in the air, my legs are in the air. Like these were moves I had never done before, but it challenged me because I couldn't do that on the first day. And so it was things that I had to kind of build up to. The program will do that. And then you'll also get stronger and feel more confident doing some of those moves too. So I just had to kind of learn to love taking it down a notch and kind of letting my body have some of those slower days because I needed it for the harder days. What else did I write in here? I already talked about modifiers. We talked a little bit already about music and the live DJ, so that's already kind of built in. I like the commitment part of it, where like you're committing to 100 days. You guys will have the wall calendar. I think they said it was a dry erase, but I don't remember. I don't know if you're going to cross over. It's a dry. I think it's a dry erase board, kind of like the Transform 20 ones. And so you're going to cross that off every single day. I love doing that. I don't know if you guys like love crossing things off or love a to-do list like that. I love that part of it. And you're also going to have this like B100 book, which was not bound for us, but it's like a hardcover book, almost like one of those like yearbooks that you got in high school. It's like a really hardcover book you guys are going to get. And it looks super legit. They were super simple pages to kind of fill out every single day, but it looks like a really nice journal, which I'm just really excited about. I feel like when people, not only you, but I always think about my challengers and people that are going to be doing this program, I feel like people love those things and love that like collateral and materials where they just feel so involved and they're just kind of tracking everything and they're just feeling really good about their experience. And that's what I think that book is going to be for a lot of people, that they're gonna be able to cross everything off, but also have that extra commitment. So I talked a little bit about how it's based on workouts and not days. So not everyone's gonna finish over the course of just 100 days. Some people might take 120 days, some people might take 105 days, like whatever that looks like for them. But just know that that's the point of the program, is to kind of just commit to it and kind of finish it. And I just had to get used to like not being perfect through this program, and knowing that like I was going through a season of life where like the second week we were in the program, we went on the Success Club trip. And I was like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, I know I can do the workouts, but I'm going to drink some margaritas and I'm going to have some donuts and I'm just going to kind of live my life during that part of time, right? And I couldn't beat myself up every single day if I was doing that, right? And then we moved just a couple miles down the street, but we packed up our house and moved within about a week. We now have a family living with us, so we're kind of like all engulfed in just different seasons of life. But what I found is that even in the test group, like there were people at all seasons of life and all places of life, whether they are busy moms, or some people were pregnant in the test group when they were doing this program. Some people were coming out kind of doing their postpartum journey during the course of this test group. There are people that wanted to lose a lot of weight. There are people just kind of wanted to, tone up a little bit or just kind of feel better or get back into a good routine. And I got my morning routine back. I just feel better about committing to this program. I can't wait to do it again with now my challengers and my team. So that's kind of my experience through the course of the program, is just knowing that like I committed to something and I'm about to finish it. And that just feels so good. And I know how powerful that was when, what was that, like a year or maybe a little bit longer ago, when 80-Day Obsession came out and people really committed to the program. And those people that got to the finish line, it didn't matter if they were a week late or what, when they got there, they were like, holy crap, look what I just did for the past 3 months. And that's what your people are going to be able to go through, but only if you're going to share this with them. So it's awesome that you guys know the details of the program now. You've heard my experience a little bit, but I want to make sure that you guys are now sharing this with other people, because if you get results, awesome, but you need to be like shouting this from the rooftops right now. Because again, when I went through 80-Day Obsession, I know the people that started with me on that first day, way different than the people that started a couple weeks later, where I did several rounds of adding new people. But the people that started on day one, I don't know, it was just a much different experience because they felt like they were going through something for the first time. And I want you guys to have that same experience with your boot camp or your challenge group or whatever you call it. I want you guys to have that tribe of other people that are loving it too. So I just wanted to give you guys some tips, if that's okay, in terms of launching the program, and just some ideas in terms of what I do when a new program kind of comes out and kind of how I share about it. And you guys might already be doing these things. So like props to you guys if you're already doing these things. This is just what's worked well for me in the past. So the first thing that I put on some dates here. Blake already talked about this in the beginning, but I just want to make sure you guys knew that the free trial is literally available on Monday. So that is really, really exciting. The packs will become available to purchase for you guys at the beginning of July. Then the customers will be able to open it. And at the end of July, that's basically when the window opens to kind of get everything started. So we have a little over a month until the program is actually going to launch. So you have time now, but we got to kind of take action. So sound good? Just checking the chat. You guys are cool with this. Okay, cool. So launch game plan. Here are the couple things that I do and that I'm still doing for this program too. So the first one is I open up like a launch info group, whatever you want to call it. You call it an info group, a launch group, a VIP group. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I open up a group on Facebook and I literally just share in there and I hype up the crap out of everything in there. So I personally do a lot of inviting one-on-one. Certainly you can send out emails to your customers. You can send out emails to people that are on your customer list or your newsletter list or whatever you guys use. I do a lot of one-on-one inviting, but when people are interested in the program or when I've been sharing my journey, people have been interested, I've been inviting them off the chain. I've been plugging them into that group, and that's where I'm going to be sharing more information with them. And I haven't shared a lot over the course of the program because we weren't really able to. Usually they want you to wait until like close to the program launch because they want you guys to focus on other things that are launching. So I was invited to my other boot camps, but I basically open up an info group on Facebook where I share every single day, really heavy now, where I am just basically sharing about the program, what the program is. So some graphics could be like, what's Morning Meltdown? And write out all the information that people want to know about the program, right? Add your own words if you want to, but I just talk about like, what's the program? Is this going to be a good program for me? I've been right now over the past week, I've been kind of sharing until the sneak peek launches. So this one graphic down here says 6 days until the sneak peek. I posted that today. Tomorrow I'll post 5 days till the sneak peek workout. The next day I'll post 4 days. I'm just like building this hype. And so I ask people for their emails either before they get in or if they want this stuff, so then I can just blast it to them there as well. But I basically just put units in a Facebook group. I put a bunch of content. I put content in there and people can like it, comment on, just get excited, drop some gifs or gifs or whatever in the comment section below. So this is what I use to plug people into to give them the information. I don't know if you guys already do this. Maybe you guys already do. Maybe you already have one open, super cool. But if not, do this. Have your team invite to it too. And I just have to realize that my excitement is going to be how excited they are. So the more that I'm hyping it up, the more that I'm excited in there, the more that they're going to be excited in there as well. You could also have people invite their friends to it. You could certainly do a giveaway in there if you wanted to. You could certainly share a bunch of transformation and results. Like I said, we're not completely finished with the test group yet, but there are people that have really awesome 50-day transformations or 70-day people that have already kind of shared those transformations that I'm going to be popping into my group as well, and then kind of just doing like a little ring the bell once the packages are live and they can actually start ordering, so people are getting excited about doing the program with me. So that's kind of the first thing that I do, just to kind of hype up any program, is to kind of do like a little info group or a launch group or whatever that kind of sounds like to you guys. The second thing that I think is really important is that you guys are leveraging the free sneak peek workout. It literally comes out on Monday and you're not behind. You don't have to like be like, oh my gosh, I didn't advertise it at all yet. But first and foremost, you guys have to be making sure that you're committing to doing that workout on Monday, because it's super critical to your business that you are doing it first. But let people know that it's available to them. You don't have to say Morning Meltdown. You can say a brand new program is coming out, and I am super excited that I get my hands on the sneak peek workout on Monday. Does anybody want to do this program with me? Or I'm helping 100 people try out this workout on Monday, or tomorrow we're all going to do this workout together. It's totally free. If you want to try it too, drop your email, drop a heart, drop something below. Like, make sure that you're sharing about it on your stories or on your posts about a free workout that people can try with you. A sample post I just wanted to put in here for you guys was like, the first 100 people to drop a heart, I'll send you a free workout to try. Like, literally just comment below. And people love this stuff. People love commenting and getting something for free. So why not advertise it, right? So make a post. You can certainly share a transformation if you want to. You can certainly email your current customers, post it in your current challenge group. Like, it's okay to get your challengers really hyped about that. The people that already love Beachbody On Demand are going to love this program, right? And you want them to do it early with you because it's so much different. Like I said, doing it now versus doing it in October. So you want them to get excited about just trying it, because I know, like, especially with Transform 20, and I think they did it with Lift 4 too, but if somebody tries the workout, they're gonna wanna do it, right? Like, I don't even know what the sneak peek workout looks like, but I know if someone gets like into the zone of doing a program or just doing one workout, they're gonna wanna do the whole thing, right? So you have to make sure that you are heavily inviting to this before Monday. And then guess what? After Monday, it doesn't end there. First and foremost, make sure that you're doing it by yourself. Like, you guys have to do the program. And then guess what? You can share a video of you doing the workout. You can clip a bunch of clips together of you doing different moves. I don't know what moves will be in it, but I bet some of the cool ones where your legs are in the air and people are like, what is she doing? But maybe I want to try it too. I don't know. So make sure that you do some clips of you guys doing the moves. Share a post about what you love about it or why you're so excited for this new program's launch, that you're going to be able to do it next week and kind of get early access to it. You could even do like a live Zoom or like a little workout hangout with your team or with your challengers where you're all doing it together. That sounds fun. I don't know. I'm thinking I might do that. And just don't stop inviting people to be a part of your info group or your launch group or for them to learn more, because even if they miss the boat on Monday, I'm pretty sure, I don't know for sure, but like, I'm pretty sure that that workout is going to stay there forever, like available for you to send the link to people. So what I normally do, again, don't know the details of this one, but usually you can like download the workout, like a Vimeo link. It's like how they give it to you. It's not usually on Beachbody On Demand, like, or that's how it was for Transform 20 at least. And so I use that link and I would just send that to people in a private message whenever they were interested in doing the workout. I didn't send them to Beachbody On Demand because that often got them confused. I just sent them the direct link so they could just open it up on a browser and do it. So don't stop inviting after Monday if only 3 people want to do it or 30 people want to do it. Like, shoot to get a lot of people to try the workout, because I promise you if they try it, they're going to want to do it. But if you never invite them to try, they're never going to know that it's possible for them too, right? So that is the sneak peek workout. I just want to make sure that you guys knew about that. And then just also, Blake mentioned this at the beginning of the call, like, there's an exclusive coach window kicking off on July 1st. And it's your opportunity to make sure that you're taking advantage of that, especially if you're like, oh shoot, did I miss the boat? I wasn't in the test group. I don't know any of the moves. Like, I don't have a transformation good program yet. Get a transformation in 10 days. Wild. You're going to have 10 workouts to do. I think they said literally the first 10 workouts of the program. Like, it's not just like 10 made up workouts. It's the first 10 workouts. So do it and get a transformation in those 10 workouts. And every single day, show up and share it and be like, who wants to do this with me when we start in 3 weeks? Like, show it every single day, get results. Is that like 10 days? That's even before we go to Summit. So like, go all in for 10 days, celebrate at Summit, and then go back and keep inviting to the program. So you have an exclusive window to try out these workouts. So make sure that you guys are taking advantage of it and you're sharing about it and you're actually doing it, right? Don't be like, oh, I'm not going to do them yet. You should definitely do them. So I just want to make sure that you guys knew that those were coming out and that you should definitely do them. Somebody said, is the free workout available to people without the trial? For Transform 20, it was. And you could literally just get the link for it and you could just send it to them. So I believe it's going to be in front of the paywall. I don't know this for sure. Nobody's told us. But I believe it's going to be in front of the paywall where they just have a link. I believe it's going to be available. They told us before we even wake up. I don't know what that means. It'll probably be available maybe late Sunday night for fun, if I had to guess. The workout, someone said how many workouts in the sneak peek. So that free workout is just one workout. Usually it's like in the past programs, it's been like one sneak peek workout where it's kind of like a mashup maybe of like some of the different moves, just to give you an idea of what the program is going to be like. It might just all be cardio. It might involve some weights. I bet it's going to be a lot of just cardio, but I don't know until we see it, but it should be available as soon as Monday and then kind of until the program launches. So exclusive coach window. You're going to get access to 10 workouts. And then I just kind of gave you guys, I saw this in my test group. Somebody had made this. So I didn't make this. I can't take credit for it, but it did look really cool. And I wanted to share with you guys if you're like, okay, cool. So what should I be sharing about on social media now, aside from the free workout? You guys can do this with every single day of your week. It doesn't have to be just for a launch. You can always kind of just map out what your content looks like and what you should kind of be kind of sharing about. So here's an example. Don't get overwhelmed. Just an example. So here's an example of like what you could share about on social media for the month of June. So I know we're like down here, like we're on the 18th. But basically it says like, share about your favorite kind of workouts, do a energized dance party, talk about the free workout on Friday, kind of talk about your food. You guys can still do this. You don't have to be a part of test group to be able to do this. Hey, on Sunday, talk about that free workout again, because guess what? It's coming up on Monday. Hey, on Monday, talk about how awesome that workout was. Share a video, maybe your thoughts about the program, and keep doing that every single day, kind of just breadcrumbing about the program, which you might be doing in an info group, but you can certainly do on your social media as well, whether it's in your stories or in a post, right? And so these are just some examples. I can kind of share these slides with you guys afterwards if you want. Just some examples. I did the same thing. I didn't do the same thing. I gave you this graphic that I found for the same thing to do in July as well. So in July, you're sharing the excitement about getting the program on July 1st. You're sharing every single day for the first 10 days. You're literally sharing your transformation or other people in the test group, their transformation over the course of the first couple weeks. And again, share cards can go out at the beginning of the month for coaches. They can go out mid-month for challengers. And then we're going to start here on the 29th. So just gives you guys some ideas about how to kind of utilize that coach window and how to kind of share every single day. This is not like breaking rocket science for this program specifically. It's just an idea, right? You guys can do this every single day of the year and have a content calendar like this, because when it just says, talk about the greens boost, cool. You guys can do that today, right? All of these things are really simple. But sometimes it kind of just helps to have a guide. I love just having examples and like a guide kind of just to follow. So if this helps you guys, happy to send like all these slides to you guys, again, if they're helpful. And yeah, I love that so much. It's an awesome opportunity for people to be able to do this with you and be able to join your team whenever this is launching. So they're going to have a coach exclusive test group as well with Jericho. I think they're shortening it. Instead of doing like a 100-day test group, they're doing short little ones so people can kind of get results, kind of have that plugged in time with Jericho. And they're going to kind of continue doing that over the course of the program. So they're still going to have opportunities. But if people want to do the program, if you have people in your group that try the sneak peek workout and they want to go all in, be like, you can go all in on Monday on the 1st. All you got to do is sign up to be a coach. I know you're going to love it. I know you're going to stick with these products over the course of the 100 days. So you, of course, want a discount. And I bet you have a girlfriend that you could really use as your accountability partner over the course of the next 100 days. So why don't you bring them along? We can kind of all do this together. Like, it's a great way for them to be coaches. And I really believe that people that want to do this 100 days, they're committed to it and they should absolutely be coaches. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I think that's the last slide that I had. But I hope that it was helpful in terms of giving you guys an idea of the program, giving you guys a little bit of an idea of how my test group went, and just some launch ideas. If you guys have any questions or anything else that you guys want to share, yeah, Blake said, always ask if they have someone to do it with them. That's awesome, right? Like, most people need an accountability partner and you can be that for them, but how awesome would it be if they had a coworker that was doing it with them too, or they had their best friend that was doing it with them too, or their husband that's doing them with them too, right? So I hope that's helpful for you guys. Do you guys have any questions?
That was awesome. First of all, thank you so much. Yay. I have a question about the experience with being in the test group and how hands-on Jericho was in the test group. Because obviously, like with 80-Day Obsession, Autumn was like, she was in there all the time feeding us info. And then obviously with Joel, totally different experience. And then Shanti, totally different experience. With these coach test groups are very, very different. Like, what was it like with Jericho, and what, do you, in terms of talking to people being like, you want to be in this exclusive coach test group because Jericho does X, Y, and Z. Like, is there anything that you experience that you feel like would be like a good thing to tell people as like a selling point to be in the coach test group? Did that make sense?
No, that totally made sense. And yeah, so I was in the Transform 21, so I have a really good idea of like what different trainers are like and how everybody's different. And what I found in the beginning of this program, I think that Jericho was like so overwhelmed with doing 100 workouts because they also film them. Sometimes they were filming multiple a day. I didn't know that, but they sometimes were filming multiple a day. They might have had to like retape some, and like they were going all in. And she kind of, I don't know if you guys follow her on social media, but she kind of just like blocked out everything, put her blinders on, and was like, I'm doing this program. So like she was able to pop in a little bit in the beginning, but it wasn't until probably the second half that she was like, I really want to talk to these test group people. And then I feel like we had a lot of like extra like live one-on-ones with her where people would be able to hop on, kind of like Zoom, where people could hop on and kind of talk to her and ask questions. And she was very, very hands-on. I think in the beginning she was like, ah, and kind of just like trying to put her head down and just go with it. But then once she got her groove, she was like, okay, this is way more fun when I'm like kind of really interacting with everybody that's in the test group. And it was so fun. We actually all got to hang out with her for a bit. On the cruise as well, we all got to get like a photo with her and hang out with her for a bit. So like, she's amazing. She really believes in this program. I was actually also on a call. She's been doing calls with different coaches over the course of the past couple weeks. And she is so hyped about this program and just so excited that like it's her baby. Like this is her first standalone solo program by herself. So like she like this is her only program that she has just for herself. So she put everything that she had into it. And I really believe that she's going to continue to breathe that life into people in these coach exclusive test groups. And since they're so short, it's not like it's 100 days she's pouring into them. She's like, okay, 2 weeks, let me help these people really believe in the program too, help other people do it. And then she's moving on doing that same thing and instilling that belief in everybody as well. So I think it's going to be awesome. I have a feeling that in those groups, she's going to be even more present and probably do more lives and kind of just give people more background because like I said in the beginning, for me, it was hard to trust the process because I didn't get it yet. I really believe that she's going to take that and now do that at the beginning because there are going to be people, you're going to find them in your boot camp too. They're like, I don't know about this. And then they're going to keep doing it and be like, you know what? I could use the stretch day. You know what? I really do need like a rest day in my life. And that's what those workouts are meant to be. Right. And so I think she's going to give people a lot more options and stuff with that. So great question.
I saw that, Julie. Yeah. I'm that person that is like, I don't think this is enough. I don't think it's enough. I got to do more.
No, I mean, there was a lot of people in the test group that felt the exact same way. And they were like, oh, well, maybe I'm going to go do a run, or maybe I'm going to like, maybe I should do the 21-day fix workouts too. Cause those were coming out around the time that we had started. We weren't supposed to, I didn't do them at all. And so people weren't supposed to do them. And I was like, I really wish I could do those. Like those look fun. Like I wish I could try those out. But then I was like, why don't I just trust it? Like, why don't I just do the program? Because no one's going to, if you're doing double workouts, what do you think that your customers are going to think? They're going to think your followers are going to be like, well, she's doing 2 workouts. I guess to get those results, I have to do 2 workouts. I can't do 2 workouts. Like people need to see that this is all you're doing. And these are the results that you're getting, whether you lost 30 pounds or you lost 5 pounds, they want to see like, okay, I could do that too. But if you're doing 2 or 3 workouts, or you're never taking a rest day, or you're never doing the stretch workouts, like they're not going to get that. So I had to like realize that and kind of believe that, hey, I might not lose 30 pounds, but like, these are my results and this is all I did. And so I can breathe that belief into other people too.
In terms of like the difficulty, would you say they skew more on like the 20-minute or the 30-minute side, or is it like half and half? And like, would you say it's like comparable to like 21-day fix in terms of difficulty, or more like, I don't know, 21-day fix extreme, I guess. That's pretty difficult.
So the workouts were really always between like 20 and 30 minutes. Like today's, I did like a cardio workout today and it was 19 minutes, and that's including the cool down and the warm up. And that was before they cut it. Right. So like it could be like, 30 seconds longer. Cause if they add an intro usually, it's like morning meltdown. It's real cute. But they're literally between 20 and 30 minutes. So some days you're like, 27 minutes, but like on the 21-day fix, like, they're always going to be between that length. And so there are definitely some that are 23, 25, like they're all just kind of between that length. In terms of the difficulty, like some of the moves are hard, right? And so I think they categorize it as an intermediate to advanced program. Like I said, I have family that's staying with me right now. It's my husband's brother and his fiance. And so they don't work out at all. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but they don't work out regularly at all. And they've been doing these workouts with me for the past, his brother's been doing them for the past month probably. And then his fiance's been doing them for the past maybe 2 weeks. And they're able to do them, and they're able to they could easily maybe get discouraged if I wasn't like, follow the modifier, you can do this, right? So if you have people that are in your group that are beginners, they just need to be encouraged that there are options for them and that they can still do something, right? And like, even if they just follow the modifier for 100 days, could they still get results? you know the answer is yes, right? But you have to tell that to people, right? And you'll never know that. I mean, there are people in our test group that couldn't do all the moves in the beginning either, and they always have a transformation still. So I don't know. I think anybody can really do any of our programs. But that's what I believe, right? You guys might feel differently.
You got a question, Erin?
No, I just totally agree that anyone, you know, other than maybe some senior, you know, population can do any of our programs. We offer modifications in every single one of our programs. Mm-hmm. I just started teaching some group fitness, and I'm learning, though, most of our population do not have any mind-body connection and don't know that they're not following the modifier. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. And I think that's something that we and I should start sharing with our challenge groups is, hey, this is what the modification looks like. This is how you should feel when you're working out, you know, to really help them connect to what move they should choose when they're doing their workouts. Just a little tip. And something I noticed when I started working out live with people.
Caroline, is that a...
Hello, can you hear me? Oh, good. Okay, so my question is, I've had my husband try doing some workouts with me. That was really fun. And he was a little bit frustrated because he had a difficult time following the modifiers. So you mentioned that there's 2 with this program. Is it easy to see and follow the modifier, or are they focused more on the people who are not doing the modifications? Would be my question.
Totally love this question because I don't actually know the answer. I'm so sorry, but like I don't know how they're cut at. Like I'd have to probably go back. They showed us a couple that were already finished, but I didn't go and look. But because that's what the family was saying with me, they were wondering the same thing because there are certain moves where I can tell them now that I've been doing it. I'm like, okay, this is what you should do. You can't do that crazy move. Just like do mountain climbers. Like just step it out. Just do what you can, right? But you know, if you just look at the normal camera on the first take that they do, they're not always just focused on them, right? They're just like doing everything. They're following Jericho most of the time. I don't know if they're going to do a split screen or not. That's what they've typically done in the past where you could like split the screen. You could see both of them. I don't know the answer. But you could certainly also kind of share those things, exactly what Erin was saying. Like sometimes people just need to be encouraged that the modifier is okay. And it's okay if they do that because guess what? Even if they like saw where they were in the beginning, they're going to be able to do that move again in the next couple of phases and they're going to get better at it. But you have to kind of be in there encouraging them too. But that's with any program, right? There's always going to be a program where people can't do the moves. They can't do a burpee and they're like, oh, I can't do anything. Right? But it's kind of on us to kind of coach people and motivate them to be able to do something and let them know that that's okay. Sorry, I don't really know the answer.
I'm assuming they'll have a split screen, like the split screen option like they have in Lift 4 where you, it's in the app where you have to like physically tap on the thing and then it does the split screen. But I'm guessing on beachbodyondemand.com, like, I don't think that option is available. I think it's only available in the app, if I'm correct.
I didn't know that that was actually a thing because on Beachbody On Demand, that's the only place that I've ever done my workouts from. Well, that's a lie. I guess I've downloaded a few onto the app, but I didn't know that you could make it split the screen to show the modifier. That's a really awesome thing to know. So
yeah, and closed captioning.
What?
Yeah, Caroline, I actually have a video on how to find it, both on the website and on the app, and so I will shoot.
I muted myself because I was laughing so hard. Like, oh, I'm just stupid. That's cool. Okay.
No, you're not stupid. It's hard to find. That's why I did a video.
Thanks. Sorry. Don't let this take away from the morning meltdown because this is fantastic. But it's good to know that that's an option because people do need to know that doing the modifier is good and we all have to do the modifier once in a while. And even I'm sure I've seen Blake do modifications. So if Blake does modifications, we all do. That's where I'm at. Anyways, I'll mute myself again. Thank you.
So Christine, I didn't ask you what it ended up like so far, like what day are you on and like what have your results been so far? Like what have you noticed like just physically, you know, like for me, like or like a lot of people 80-day obsession, obviously, you know, they got like a bigger booty or, you know, whatever, like what did you notice physically in your results from the program, if you don't mind sharing.
No, totally. So I haven't done my weigh-in in a while, but I was down a couple pounds last time that I checked. I also I'm more on let's take a bunch of photos because I can totally tell when my body is different. And so I always measure that. So I just take a lot of photos. So I can tell that my waist is slimmer. I know there was a lot of core work. So twice a week, there's some sort of core focus workout. There's one called Core Inferno. And the other one that's the Fight Club workout is the opposite one. It's still a lot of core work. It's core to force. It's you're working your core 100 all the time. And I also noticed that I'm getting a lot of more upper body strength as well. So those are things that I'm able to just physically notice aside from the scale. And then just some of the moves that I'm able to do, more agility that I would never been able to do before. And I know that that takes more core strength and probably upper body and probably even lower body as well. But those things excite me personally more than numbers on the scale. But like I said, happy to share if you guys haven't seen already, but there are people in the test group that are down 20 pounds, that are down 30 pounds, people that have a lot of weight to lose, they are losing the weight too, right? So it's on every end of the spectrum. I might not be the biggest weight loss person, and that's totally cool with me. But there are other people that if you're going to be inspired by that they can kind of see those transformations as well. And like I said, there are people that are postpartum as well that are losing a lot of weight. That's really motivating people. So for me, core, upper body, I'm trying to get those Jericho arms, So core, upper body, and just kind of feeling better with a lot of the agility moves that I was not able to do in the beginning.
Anybody else have any questions? Anybody? Have they shared some of those transformations yet? From the test group, I just haven't seen a lot of things pop out.
I don't think so, because I think they were trying to hold them back. At certain periods of time, they're launching other programs, so they didn't want to share 20-day results. That didn't sound really exciting. And so, like I said, we're not even at 100 days yet. I'm probably a couple days behind, which I'm cool with saying. I think everybody else in the group might be 1 week out from finishing. So we still have another week until we're actually finished. And then before they get everyone's results and post them, it's going to be a little bit, it's really tight, I think, with the window. But I can share probably an album. I can find an album of people that have been sharing their results for you guys to kind of just drop into your info groups to kind of just share people that are getting results, because people can still be motivated by 30-day results, 50 days, 60 days, 70, that's still progress, right? So you can certainly kind of still sprinkle that stuff into your challenge groups.
Yeah, that would be awesome to get some of those, because I've been stalking the Morning Meltdown Instagram page, waiting for some things to start popping up and following some test group members, and I haven't seen anything and anybody really posting stuff. So
yeah, because in the beginning we weren't supposed to post anything, and then we were able to, but then people probably didn't post everything. So I can find some, and I'm writing down. Interesting.
Awesome. Thank you.
All
right, guys, any other questions?
Are you guys excited to do the workout on Monday?
Yes.
I know I'm going to love this program.
Yeah, this is your program, Erin. I can see that.
Yes.
I mean, but it's all about your excitement and your energy, right? Because the program's not going to be for everyone. Some of you guys might try it on Monday, or you have customers that try to I don't know if this is for me, but your excitement is going to kind of, lean off and spread to everybody else as well. So you still have to be excited about it, because I personally believe that you could get more into the program as it goes, because that's how I was. I was excited in the beginning, but I did the first week and I was should I still trust this? And I was let's just do it, right? Sometimes you have to kind of just faith it till you make it, just kind of go with it, right? And then you realize that you start to learn to love it over the course of the process. So I would just encourage you guys to do the workout, be excited about it, and know that you might even learn to love it more over the course of your journey. Probably what you learn more about yourself and kind of what you're going through those 100 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another team we always have with every single wink, someone down in my bottom left corner, every single program we've ever done. You don't know who's in my bottom left corner, Blake.
What?
Every single program we've ever done, we've always learned to love it. Blake's always notorious for it's just not hard enough. It's not enough. And then about 2 weeks in, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm in love with it.
I did that for one program.
Yeah. I think it might have.
But I like that you think that that's a notorious thing for one program.
I might exaggerate. I don't know.
Well, thank you, Christy.
I think we should start our info group too. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, we'll let Christine go and we'll talk about it after she gets off, so she doesn't have to listen.
I think Julie said she had a question. Sorry.
Oh,
thank you. Yeah, I have a quick question. Just obviously, our only exposure to Jericho so far has been Cour de Force, and that is, I mean, one of my personal all-time favorites. And I kind of realized that it was because of her. Like, I just love her so much. Is she similar in this program to
going to be the 22nd, or is it prep week like the 29th?
Yeah, so day one, I believe, is the 29th. And so whenever you purchase, I think you get access to most of the program materials that I saw on the FAQ, I think when I looked today. You get access to most of the materials. You also, aside from just that coach window, also know that in the champions page, they've been kind of breadcrumbing some information over there. So I think 2 weeks ago, they brought on 2 coaches. I think last week they brought on 1 coach from the test group. This week they're doing the same thing. So they're trying to bring in from coaches from the test group to talk for like 10 minutes just to hear their excitement. Sometimes that's just really powerful for yourself or for some of your coaches that might not be on this call right now, for them to hear other people kind of saying it live that they can listen to. So look out for those if those are helpful for you guys. They'll probably be doing those for the next couple weeks.
Awesome.
yeah, Erin Hopkins, sorry, my Wi-Fi sucks. Erin Hopkins hopped on, did like that 10-minute thing with Kevin Shaw last week. And I don't know if you guys watched it, but it was excellent. It was like 12 minutes long, but it was excellent. Highly recommend. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. 10 minutes. It's like 12 minutes long.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what you're talking about because I just hopped in and out.
Yeah, exactly. And they're doing that this week too. I think they're having like 2 people come on. So they're just kind of sprinkling that in before they probably release photos. They're just trying to give people like that excitement to hear from other people.
Yeah. And she dropped like 20 pounds, she said. So.
Yeah, I think she was one of those people that lost a bunch of pounds. There were some people that lost like 20. There's someone that lost 30, I think, so far. So people are definitely like people that had a lot of weight to lose. They're definitely losing it. But I think I heard hers too. And she was also talking about how like she just committed to a program. She went all in. She just like knew that life would kind of come and go. But she had like one thing that was going to stay consistent that she was actually going to commit to. And it was this program, right? So I think that's really powerful too.
Yeah, definitely. Anybody else? Questions? This is going to be a funny recording when everybody watches. They're going to be like, what happened to those big chunks of segment of the call? Where'd it go? Well, Christine, thank you so much. Wait, another question?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for hopping on the call and doing this with us. We appreciate it a ton. Thank you. And I'll catch up with you about those pictures, like those transformation images, and then I think that's it. So
all right, see you guys.
Sharing with us. Thanks, guys.